This is Gagajoy. Welcome to Gagajoy's Cooking. A couple weeks ago, we made cauliflower, pickled cauliflower, spicy pickled cauliflower. I just thought I'd show you how it turned out. It's been 2 weeks. I've had to refill it a couple times. It's gone down so much. But I'll have to tell you, it's as crispy as they come. Can you see that? I'll put it, you can hear the sound, how crispy it is. See? They are as crispy. That tea bag must have really done it. Because they really are crispy. And I hope you'll try them because they're good. They'll be good, you know, the rest of the year. We even have them at Christmas sometimes. Well, I'm going to set that over. And today we're going to be making Heavenly Angel biscuits. If you don't know how to make biscuits or you don't know how to make rolls, this is the one to notice because it's as easy as falling off a log, believe me. Today we're making Heavenly Angel biscuits. If you have never made, if you cannot make biscuits or rolls, this is the one to take because it's as easy as pie and I'll show you how to do it. First of all, I've got 5 cups of flour and I've got 1 package of the quick, this one. The rapid yeast, I've just got 1 package of it. I'm going to put about a 1/4 cup of water with it. And just let it sit there. Might put a little bit of sugar with it. And just set that for a few minutes and work itself. Okay, to my dry ingredients, I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of sugar, a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of baking soda, and this is a whole tablespoon of baking powder. I know this is 2 leavening ingredients, but it works. That's all I tell you, it works. And let me stir them up here. And now to this, I'm going to add, you can either use a whole cup of butter, which would be 2 sticks, or half a cup of butter and half a cup of shortening. Now that's the way I went, but you can use 2 sticks of butter if you want to, but now this is ice cold butter. I froze it and then cut it up. So that goes in here. Now we just gotta combine the shortening, the butter, and the dry ingredients. You take it down to about, well, that's me. I'm glad, I knew I should wear an apron because I'm not the neatest cook in the kitchen. When I get through with flour, it's a sight. Now you want, after you get it mixed up, it's sort of like a cornmeal, you know. You can't see the butter or the Crisco. Well, maybe you can. There's a piece stuck on it. You do it a little bit longer. I'll stir it up a little bit, make sure it's good mixed. And the last thing is the buttermilk. This is 3 cups of buttermilk. I'm going to add 2 to start with, and then if I need more, I'll have it there. And this is the, see, it's sort of frothy. Just add that in there with the buttermilk and stir it. Honestly, these are so good. They're so light. They're so easy to make. You'll be making them real often. And I'm truly mean it. If you've never made biscuits or you've never made rolls, this you could try. Because that's all you have to do now besides roll them out. Yeah, I need a little bit more buttermilk. I do use cake bread flour when I make these because anytime you have yeast, it seems like bread flour, does better. But that's just my take on it. I do love it. Yeah, it's going to take all three.
Well, if you added your yeast, you don't need self-rising, right?
Well, a lot of people use self-rising flour and don't use baking powder. But baking soda and baking powder is in this. The soda is because of the buttermilk. And the baking powder is just another leavening. It works somehow. I would have never done it till I saw this recipe. Now you see the dough is very sticky. That's the way it should be. Now I'm going to spread it out on my breadboard. Like I said, it's very sticky, so it takes a minute to get it going. Okay, now that's about as big as you need them. Then start cutting. One. And I'm going to put them in my skillet, my big iron skillet. Two. Now, if you want to, you can put this on a bread pan and have a space between them, and that way the whole biscuit gets brown. This way they're sort of touching each other, and it just makes a softer biscuit, but it's, really up to you if you want to use. I'm using my skillet today. Also, I looked in my recipe book to see if I could find I forgot how much buttermilk to use. And I thought, well, gee, I could just find it, but I couldn't. So I went online and couldn't find it. But I did read some stuff on there, and I thought I would tell you today, anytime you see one of my recipes and you like it or you don't like it, or you want to add to it or take it away, or you've seen it done better, let me know. I would love to hear from you. I just love to hear from you in the comments. Just make a little one. If you have a question, please, put it in there, and I'll try to answer it for you. But if you can, just give me a little note. A lot of people make their biscuits a little bit higher than I do. I like them a little bit lower, which you do have a little bit extra. So I had another little cast iron pan I was going to put them in. I think I'd come up with one more or two more. Well, now that's it. What the longest thing you have to do is these have to set an hour. After an hour, you just put some butter on them, put them in the oven, 400 degrees, and you got angel biscuits. Do you think that was easy? Where do you taste them? We'll be back. Well, they've been raised about an hour, so I'm putting some butter on them. I've got my oven going, preheating.
What's the heat?
It's 400, and we're going to be doing it for about 18 minutes. We'll be checking after 15, but that's our dinner. So here we go. We'll see you in 18 minutes. Well, they just came out of the oven. They're hot, and we'll leave them over here. And I'll show you, let me get one out. Let me cut it off. Oh. You see, look at them. They're just perfect. We're going to put a little bit of butter on them. Because why? Because biscuits deserve butter. I'm telling you, if you don't, this is your answer if you're not a biscuit maker or a roll maker. This is it. Look how, see, I'm talking about how fluffy they are. Oh, and they toast wonderful. They are as light as you're going to ever get a roll. Well, this is a recipe I love. People love it. And I hope you'll try it because it's that easy. But now remember, if you have any problems, write me a note. And let me ask you something else. Would you please go and subscribe and share this with your friends? And that little bell, be sure and ring it. Because that way, the next time we have a new recipe, it'll pop up. And leave us a note. I'd love to hear from you. And we're going to go butter us a biscuit and have a cup of coffee and sit down for a while. And remember the joy this week. A lot of people are hurting. We'll see you soon.